Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Naven Gaming, where today we are playing Tales of Vesperia. Well, we're continuing it anyways. So last time we left off, we made it to we were wandering the desert, looking for Pharaoh, and we ran into some random village, found some kids' took a couple of kids' father, and well, parents really. It's more than just the father. And we tried to bring them back to the village, but ultimately what ended up going down is that we ran into a strange monster, fought it, almost died until it disappeared, and then afterwards we were rescued by some Entelikeia thing, I'm assuming, because that's what it's kind of hinting at. And I'm trying to remember if it was an Entelikeia, but it's it's a pretty odd-looking enough monster to be an to be an Entelikeia. Anyways, so yeah, after we got saved by that, we made it to some strange village in the God knows where. It's too lush and green to be in the desert, but it seems like it is in the desert. Apparently, they're waiting for the pie. It's a village that's been lost to time because they're waiting on a pirate that has been dead for 3 to 200 years, and apparently, well, some woman was, and apparently, according to her, he's only been gone for about 17, I think was the number. And so we know that time in the village flows very differently. But once we did bring back the chest that apparently contained within inside a condensed core of air, which fuels every sort of magical substance and every sort of thing in this world. That basically everything functions because of air. Even living beings have air. And as it turns out, Apatheia is what this crystal core was, and apparently it is just a condensed version of that. Highly condensed version of that. However, we ran into the Duke, and when the Duke found this out, he took the crystal, and without even saying a word of his intentions, he destroyed the damn thing, and the Apatheia was gone, and the Duke proceeded to not answer any questions, and just kinda was a bit of an ass for the most part, but he was being a very morbid, vague asshole. He's the kind of person who's like, I do things because of reasons beyond your understanding, is the vibe that he gives off. But otherwise, so yeah, that all happened, and now we're kind of just we were just kind of relaxing, talking with the rest of the party, and afterwards we just I think that's about where we left off. I think it sounds like from what's going on now is that we're gonna probably continue our search for Pharaoh from the last time I recorded this, or we're probably gonna go back to that one Colosseum place, Nordopoliga, that's what it was, I believe, and go talk to the person in charge there, whose name now also eludes me. But yes, apparently there's some shit going down in Nordopolica, and of course it's probably been going out for a while, because fuck. We ran into everyone's favorite character besides Chad Yuri, which is Flynn, and he was basically trying to do something in Nordopolica that the Empire clearly didn't want to happen. At least the less desirables didn't want to happen. So yeah, there's some fuck shit going on, and I'm not too sure where the story is going to go from here next, but it sounds like either it's going to be a trip to go look for Pharaoh more so, or we're going to go to Nordopolica just to see what the huff is about. But yeah, so let's just jump right into it. Alright. Oh, yeah. I don't think we talked to her yet either. Nope.
Would you like a skewer?
Right off the bat.
Is it any good?
Why don't you try it out?
Oh, sword just completely in the screen.
It's my grandfather's secret recipe.
What? But didn't you say you had amnesia?
I know everything there is to know about Eifried. I traveled all over researching about him after all. That's how I figured out Eifried was the one who told me my name was Patty.
Okay. So your grandfather taught you a lot of things, but you also have amnesia. And your name is Patty. Whatever.
Eifried told you your name?
That's my oldest memory. Just remembering that fond look makes me feel all warm inside.
Well, that must be nice.
I don't know whether he's really my grandfather or not, but I feel that he was such an important person to me that I can't help but think that's who he is.
I see. Still, it might have been smarter to keep that to yourself.
But...
You're used to it, huh?
I don't let small stuff like that bother me.
Crying gets you nowhere, was it? But even if you understand that in your head, your emotions aren't necessarily gonna listen.
Well, that is true.
I'm more patient than a camouflaged stone flounder sitting still in a field of stones.
All these random fish references and similes it's so, and these analogies are so funny.
Oh yeah? But your info broker turned his back on you too.
Well, mind you, he was also quite an asshole.
It's nothing. Things will work out. Tomorrow's another day. What will be, will be. In any case, you need to eat up if you want to cheer up.
This is good.
Didn't I tell ya?
Bonding over skewers. The Dry-Eyed Dame. Okay. Wasn't expecting to get a title out of that. Okay. Oh yeah, and I probably should apologize for the inconsistent videos. They get released whenever I have the time, and lately I haven't really been getting a whole lot of time to really record. And plus, work is kind of a pain in the ass, and more often than not when I get home, all I really want to do is just relax and just chill out. But otherwise, yeah, that's just kind of, that's not something I try to do intentionally. It's just something that just tends to happen. It just happens that way. I want to keep a more consistent schedule, like one video a day, but it's hard to do that because, you know, well, first off, I tried to get a little ahead of my scheduling of videos, but the issue, of course, is that, oh, well, I can only record a lot of videos over my weekends, and, well, as you could probably imagine, it's, the last time I tried to record a number of videos over a weekend, I got frickin' sick. So, yeah. And that was for my RE4 remake playthrough. So yeah, it's I don't want to get sick again. And I don't know how I got sick before, but I don't think it had to do with the fact that I was pushing myself to record for long hours. I mean, people do that all the time. It doesn't make them sick. So, it's I don't know what the problem was, but it set a precedence that I don't quite enjoy the prospects of. But yeah, I do plan on trying to trying to record at least 3 videos in advance over my weekend, and then that way I could just spread them out across the week. And if not just like 3 videos over like the weekend, but it's like maybe 6. I mean, I try to push myself just to record all day, so that way I could just go ahead and, you know, not worry about it for like the rest of my work week. At least not as hard as I would, I would end up doing so if I had no videos recorded for a while and I had no videos on backup, so, yeah. Which, that's kind of what I'm working with right now. Right now, I have nothing in backup, and, what you're seeing is, the latest. So, yeah, I'll think about it. Okay. Now, what do we do? Do we leave? They'll start to worry if you don't start pulling yourself together. Guess this will do. You got it? Okay. Am I still missing something? Do I talk to repeat? No, I already did. What am I saying? Must be someone I have yet to talk to. Or there must be someone that I need to talk to. What about this girl? Okay. She will never know, will she? The guild town, huh? I wish I could start one. We already talked to him. That's right, we talked about starting our own guild town. That's right. Do we go back in here? I mean, we already talked to her. Alright. How about in here? Okay. Well, so far, I'm a bit at a loss as to what we do now. I guess I just start running around talking to everyone until I figure out who's gonna progress the story. I already talked to you, actually. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay, yeah. Or maybe we go ahead and rest again. Unusual clothes. We don't really see anything like them around here. Did you come from very far away? I guess they wouldn't know. How about resting after a hard day's work? Would you like to stay for 50 gold at night? Why not? That's pretty cheap, by the way. Please come again. Oh, Patty's gone. Everyone's gone. I guess we're all, I guess that's what we needed to do.
Glad you could make it.
Sorry to keep you waiting. You'll be heading back too, right?
Yes. Thanks to your help, we've recovered our strength. We were thinking we'd cross the desert with you all. That is, if you don't mind.
Just make sure you don't go wandering off.
How about us? What's our plan after this? I'm headed for the Air Crene and the Weasand of Kados. But I am curious about the Entelikeia, too.
I have the honored task of delivering this letter here to Bellius.
That's who the guy was, Bellius.
I'd like to meet Bellius once myself. I mean, seriously, the Duce. I want to see just what kind of person the leader of the only guild to rival Altosk really is.
Bellius?
Yeah. Bellius is the Duce of Palestrale, which governs Nordopolica. She's the most important person there.
You're friends with someone that amazing, Carol?
No.
Huh? Friends? Well,
It's Nordopolica for me too. I'm gonna see what Flynn has to say about those knights in Mantake. That's assuming he's still in Nordopolica, of course.
Assuming. But I imagine possibly.
I want to know why the Entelikeia hate the child of the full moon.
Yeah, so you're gonna continue with the Pharaoh journey once this is all said and done, aren't you?
Which means I have to meet Pharaoh.
but there's gotta be another way that doesn't involve Pharaoh.
Right. Besides, walking around in the desert just looking for him wouldn't be easy.
Why don't we all head for Nordopolica then? You're only looking to find out the reason you were attacked by the Entelekea, correct?
Yes?
I imagine Belius could tell you if you met with her.
Why? Because of the connection between the Entelekea and the Colosseum?
That is true. I was under the control of the Entelekea at one point, if I remember correctly, so it would make sense that, of course, the Entelekea would have some sort of connection, or at least there might be some information left by the Entelekea that might leave some kind of idea as to why they hate the people who are considered the child of the full moon, or at least have powers befitting of one. But would it really be that easy? It seems a little too far-fetched that it'd be that easy.
I do remember Jaeger mumbling something about the Entelekea of Nordopolica.
If we can believe anything he told us.
Well, we'll pass through the Wiesent of Kados on the way to see Belius. Good enough?
True enough. All right then, Nordopolica it is.
Right. First, let's get back to Mantake.
What about Patty?
If I remember correctly, there were some people in Nordopolica who didn't think too highly of Patty.
Yeah, that's an understatement of the century.
I'll be fine, as long as I don't run into any of them. As soon as I'm out in the open sea, everything will be okay.
Then, will you come with us?
Aye, that I will. Didn't Belius only meet with people on the night of the new moon?
That is true. But we'll probably either make it by the time of the full moon, or we'll have to wait a little bit to you know, get the full moon. Well,
yeah,
the new moon.
We'll have to get a move on if we're going to see her. I'll kick myself if we miss the new moon and have to wait another month.
Heh. Reunited with everyone. Alright. Likes and dislikes?
Jorgen and Mantake are totally different. It's much cooler here. Maybe it's the ocean.
The ocean is very nice, yeah? It's a beautiful place, too.
But it seems boring. I wonder what the folks here do for fun.
I kind of like it. This kind of calm, quiet village suits me. I can't stand loud people.
Oh, that's gotta hurt, old man.
She was talking about the town, not about me.
Maybe.
Do you really hate me that much?
No, she smiled. She was just fucking with you. I would imagine that she finds you rather amusing. So it's just sitting here. This village. There must be a strange power to this place if it's just sitting here, no monsters fuck with it, and yeah, it's a little strange, isn't it? It just sits here, no one screws with it, and time seems to flow very differently here than anywhere else. Oh crap.
Hold still. I'll make this quick.
Well, okay.
This ends now. Destructo Patch!
Patty learned something new.
Azure Edge!
Dragon! That was awesome!
Yeah, I feel good.
Learn step combo. Well, let's see. Nope. Enter the desert, stay on the field. But what did that fuck?
Oh, we're all over the place.
Our ties to each other will save us!
Dragon Swarm!
At least I don't have to worry about Estelle using her TP. I'm kind of getting tired of worrying about it. Despite the fact I have her ordered not to use it, the goofy broad still uses it. It's funny how that works.
I'm just getting started.
Alright.
Can a clear CL crystal really be used to make a barrier?
If they could, and we had enough, we'd be able to make as many barriers as we wanted.
Then even areas that suffer frequent monster attacks could be assured safety.
Yeah, but if it were possible, wouldn't something like that have happened by now?
Maybe it's best not to get our hopes up about it then.
Ever the realist, I see.
All I'm doing is speculating on the most probable outcome.
Actually, I think that's what being a realist means.
I don't know. Would certainly argue it is. But sometimes being a realist isn't always doom and gloom. Enter the desert? I guess enter the desert then. I mean... I guess we just continue to head down. Try to avoid the monsters as much as possible. I'm also noticing that we're not suffering from dehydration. Oh shit.
Oh man. All right, let's go.
Ah,
From the
crap.
abyss of death.
Thanks.
I got completely ganked.
Holy powers are to me.
Azure Edge!
Are you okay?
on, Wind! Dragon Swarm! Azure Edge! Windblade!
Oh, brilliant angels grant.
Azure Edge! Dragon!
Oh, brilliant angels grant us your favor. Nurse!
Brilliant! Brilliant!
Windblade! Azure Edge!
Oh, I feel so powerful.
Oh, what to do?
Is there a problem?
I'll die if I can't take a shower once a day. And in a dry old desert like this?
Really? Rita, you have to do something!
Huh. Idiot. She'll be fine. It's not like she's a flower. Going without a shower won't kill you. It's been 10 days since I last showered, actually.
It's been that long? I'd be on my deathbed if I were you.
I sense a faint but pleasant scent coming from you, Rita.
I've got it! Rita's not a flower, she's a prickly cactus! Die!
That was a conversation. That was a conversation. I can't count the amount of times. God, listen, I can't stress this enough, people. I cannot. Alright?
I'm just getting started.
Especially the ladies, whoever the ladies who might watch this video are. If you go any amount of time without taking a goddamn shower, I just want you to know that even if you think that you don't smell, or that your smell isn't that bad and it's mostly contained under your clothing, I'm gonna just tell you this. If you go into any retail store and you are in close proximity with a retailer, a clerk, anyone, they're gonna know. They're gonna know. You're not immune from smell. I'm sorry to tell you this, but even just a little bit of stench wafting from your armpit is hazardous to, and it's liable to making you smell to somebody. All right, and this is a smell bias, because you wouldn't be able to know if you smell bad just from smelling your own armpits and realizing for yourself, oh wait, all of my smell is actually contained in my armpits, because if it wasn't, I would be able to smell my... No, even if you believe that the smell is mostly contained in your armpits, it's not, alright? Your senses have a bias to your own anatomy. And so, your own smells will evade your sense of smell. And therefore, it would be just prudent, it would be wise, it would just be nice if you could just take a fucking shower. Please. Please. I think the joke that Rita literally has gone 10 days without a shower, and then that joke being followed up with the fact that, oh, I do sense a pleasant and interesting smell wafting from you. That to me is like, that's funny. That's a colorful way to say that you stink. And listen, I know you ladies that probably think that, oh, well, we can't possibly smell. I know some people are probably going to be like that. We can't possibly smell bad because we're women, and women tend to give off a better and much more pleasant sense. Even when they're like, even when they are like worked to the point of sweating. And it's just like, no. Everyone smells bad when they sweat. I'm sorry to tell you this. You want to know what causes smell in your armpits and in other cracks and crevices of your anatomy? It's literally bacteria. The smell you're smelling is a culmination of bacteria. The bacteria is growing and nestled into the parts of your anatomy that are closed off most of the time, or is like, it's basically gathered in warm places. And so bacteria tends to grow, and the bacteria is what makes it smell.
Duke
I'm sorry to tell you
certainly has
this.
an air of mystery about him.
He's a real man.
Patty prefers masculine fellas, I see.
I thought he was pretty cold. Would it have killed him to listen to us a little?
Maybe he was caught off guard. We did just kind of show up out of nowhere.
Did one of us say anything rude to him?
Probably you, Rita. Ha! Ow! Ow! Hey, no hitting!
I wonder if he's always lived here in Jormungand.
Who knows? I didn't get the feeling he'd been here all that long, though.
Duke is pretty weird, but this whole town is pretty weird, too.
It is weird, but you could live a quiet, comfortable life here.
I mean, we're no longer there, but you do have a point. But yeah, just please fucking shower, people. I say this as someone who works with people all the time. Don't be that person. Take a shower. If you're about to go hell, if you don't leave your house, then fine. But if you're gonna go anywhere, please take a goddamn shower. Please take a goddamn shower. Whether it's to the store for like a quick second to go buy something or whatever, just take a fucking shower. It won't kill you.
Hold still. I'll make this quick.
You'll be doing the rest of humanity a service. That also applies to the guys. Please, for the love of God, take a shower. Because my other problem is that is not just dealing with female customers who also happen to have that happen to have problems with keeping up with hygiene. But it's also male customers, and I even work with coworkers who have the problem of just maintaining their odor, and it's a terrible travesty. I'm not big on smells, but every time I get a waft of something that's either a little smelly, I'm just like, well, that's something I'm gonna keep my mouth closed on. The worst thing that I hate having to do is inhaling something through my mouth that smells awful, because I can taste it. I'm probably one of the few people on the planet who can actually taste foul smells.
Not bad, not bad.
Oh, brilliant angels, grant us your
Maybe I will want that paralysis bottle.
Oh, that's
affliction, be gone.
Let's go.
Oh boy, oh boy. Oh, there's a chest. Finding chests that I missed along the way. Oh, crap. Keep away! Damn it.
Hold still. I'll make this quick.
Dragon Sword! Knock him around. Destruction!
Oh, brilliant angels, grant us your favor. Oh, brilliant angels, grant us your favor. Nurse!
Azure Wolf Strike! Dragon! Azure!
I'm just getting started.
These are the threads that weave our future.
Alright, everyone's learning new skills. They probably are done with their weapons again. Yep. Alright. Uh-huh. I guess she's done. She can keep the weapon she has equipped then. He's still learning techniques from it. She's still learning techniques. She's done. Alright. Alright, I guess this is the next thing he needs to learn. She's still learning new combos and stuff. Well, skills. He's about done. Good old Chad here, he's almost done. Next would be learning Damascus, but we can focus on the Ogre Sword as soon as he's done. I forget that I'm not in the overworld, so I can do this. It is so hard to judge where the enemies are because I can't freaking see them. I can't freaking see them. They could use this opportunity to grind, but I don't want to grind too hard.
Dragon Sword! Knock him around and cut him down. Windblade! Azure Edge!
Holy power, come to me!
Dragon Sword!
First aid! Oh, brilliant
Come
angels,
on,
grant us your
Knock him
favor.
around and cut him down. Windblade!
Nurse!
Azure! Azure!
Yes!
Strike!
The sign of victory!
Yeah!
Yay!
You got pretty.
Estelle, once again, you're over the 75% mark. Estelle, why do you do this to me? You would think I'd be used to it by now, and I'm not. What the hell is this? Move to the nearest exit? Should I be concerned? Aren't the... Oh, back to the overworld. Oh. This is Montague, isn't it?
Whew, we're finally here. I've seen enough sand to last me a lifetime.
You're telling me.
You're telling me.
Shut the fuck up.
Look, there are people outside the town.
Wonder if that means the curfew's been lifted.
Cumore!
Yeah, I kind of figured that. Since we already know this was the Cumore Brigade, Cumore would have to show up.
Easy now. Haste makes waste.
Indeed. We need to be cautious here and see what's going on.
It's probably them just being up to some more fuck shit. I mean, we already know they're kind of taking the villagers to go fight Pharaoh or some shit. This is no different.
Hurry, hurry, all aboard. Let's all enjoy a nice little tour of the desert, shall we?
That's
But
one
while
way to
we're
put
gone, the children! I promise riches to anyone who can bring me the remains of that giant winged monster.
Why do you care?
Then your children will be able to live in the lap of luxury.
Sure.
Please, don't make us go! Stop your whining. I told you vermin to get aboard. Now get moving this instant.
You know, the more this journey goes on, the more I questioned the decisions of Chad Yuri about his little stints with Ragu. But now I kind of wonder if maybe this is the only way. This is the only way to actually handle these people. They don't take authority other than their own very seriously, and they always find ways to obfuscate the law. Not only that, but they're also too well connected with people above themselves, and they seem to even answer to some higher powers who are just as bad as they are. And on top of that, Estelle is the fucking princess, for God's sake, but they don't even treat her with the same level of respect that they would someone who's actually above their station, and probably lets them get away with this shit. And so therefore, if they can't even treat the princess of an entire empire with a level of courtesy and decorum that necessary to be a respectable government and hierarchy, and if their chain of command has this much disregard for royalty, then that just speaks to the absolute volume of corruption that we're dealing with. And so as far as the way I see it, I think Yuri definitely has his point. I think he has every right to want to do this. But that doesn't mean that what he's doing is actually right. I understand his reasons, but that doesn't mean that committing the act of murder makes it okay. Murder is never okay. Sometimes doing what is necessary, but that doesn't make you a better person for it. That doesn't make you even a good person. It doesn't even make you a hero. All it really does is that it makes you a villain. It makes you the anti-hero. You get to basically guarantee and ensure that you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. So what Yuri is doing is essentially damning himself to a life of criminality, and also of just being the most heinous murderer and sycophant that the world of Vesperia has ever known. And therefore, that potential reality is very damning. It's very daunting, and I know that that's the direction they want to take his story. Is that they want to make him the anti-hero. They want to make him a character who, in spite of all the good that he tries to do, and despite the fact that he does the terrible things for good intentions, he must pay for those actions. And you know what they say about good intentions? The road to hell is paved in them. And it's true. There has been many stories of redemption stories for people who are just god-awful, and their genuine remorse and willingness to change is what propels them to want to be better. But when people commit acts of sin for the crime of wanting to do good, oh, my battery's low, all it really does is damns them to a potential future where they will live long enough to see themselves become the villain. They will live long enough to see themselves as the people that they themselves despise, and that is a very that's a very terrifying reality. But yes, all in all, I have a good feeling that they're gonna take Yuri's story in the direction of that he will save the world inadvertently somehow, but he will inevitably have to pay for the crimes of his own actions. It's probably why there's shots of him and Flynn duking it out in a cutscene, in an animated cutscene at some point in the game story that has nothing to do with the Colosseum scene that we saw earlier. It's because Flynn has to be the one to bring Yuri to justice, and Yuri has to be the villain who has to take the fall for the weight of his own actions. Despite the fact that he may have saved the Empire and that he's killed genuinely horrid people, he still has to pay for the crime of taking the law into his own hands and doing with his power what he desires. And what he desires is to help people, but it comes at the cost of people's lives. And that kind of unchecked, unfettered power is dangerous. And it's understandable. It's understandable that would be the direction they would take his story. But otherwise, yeah, I can't wait to see how Kimura's death is gonna go, though. Because you know that's what's gonna happen here. Kimura's gonna die, Yuri's gonna add one more check of the list of people he needs to murder in order for the world to become ever more sane again, and it's just gonna be another day at the office for him.
That's just how we were sent into the desert.
Why don't they get on board themselves?
Because they must know just how dangerous this desert is, just like what happened to us.
Exactly. They're fucking cowards, and they're pathetic weasels.
The giant winged monster must be Pharaoh!
Yeah, but what's he want to capture Pharaoh so bad for?
It's certainly not to protect Estelle, I could give you that. Unless protecting Estelle correlates with him having a higher position in government, in which case that might also be a motivation, but I fucking doubt it.
Well, what are we gonna do? We can't just stand by and watch, can we?
I don't think it's a good idea to go right now.
See, even Patty knows that you going over there to tell Kimura off isn't gonna do jack shit. That's how fucking pathetic this guy is.
I'm afraid that idiot isn't gonna listen to anything a princess would say.
Yeah, that idiot wouldn't listen to anything a royal princess would say. It's just how terrible he is. It's just how much of a scumbag he is.
Then what should we do?
Carol, come here a sec.
What? Yeah, I could do that, but I'd need tools. Wait, you mean...
Yes, perhaps this will help.
You just had that in your pocket or something?
How convenient.
How convenient indeed. What the actual hell? Why do you have a wrench?
You guys better bail me out if this goes bad.
Trust me, if this goes bad, I doubt anything's gonna happen to you. Because we'll be too quick to want to put an end to their bullshit anyways. I mean, if worst comes to worst and this plan does fail, we're just gonna chase them off anyways. That's usually how this goes.
So you did pick that up?
Well, it was just lying there. I thought it might be useful.
You thought a wrench might be useful. I mean, that's some incredible foresight, but, I mean, I don't know why you didn't just hand it to Carol or someone who gave a shit.
Whatever.
What's he doing?
Now about all we can do is leave it up to the kid.
What is it with these commoners? They're slower than slugs. Get aboard, damn you!
Sir Kimura, everyone is aboard.
Everyone except yourself.
What? Me?
Those who do their jobs slowly will never learn without punishment.
Huh?
Sir Kimura, please, I beg of you. I have a wife and daughter.
If you'd like to stay here, I'm sure I could arrange for them to go in your place.
What?
Now be gone with you.
Carol. Don't worry. That young man is very capable.
I'm more impressed by just how fucking petty he is. Fuck it, Carol. I'm more impressed by how petty Cumore is.
What's going on? Who was it that readied this coach?
More and more, I'm starting to see the true mercy that killing Cumore actually would bring, and that's sad. That's really sad. I'm the kind of person who would choose redemption for just about everyone, but this guy literally lays it on thick.
Fix the blasted coach. I will find out who's responsible for this.
I'm all about second chances,
I've
but
gotta hand it to the little runt.
This man is beyond second chances at this point, I think.
You did it.
My heart was pounding like a drum.
This won't do anything more than buy us some time, though.
I think it's about all we can do at the moment.
We're still in the middle of our journey after all.
Yeah, Cat and Carol would start crying if we tried to tackle the knights head on.
How about we make ourselves scarce before people start getting too curious?
I suppose we'll be on our way then.
Yeah, I'm sure your kids will be so happy to see you. But there won't always be someone around to save you.
That is true. Learn to fucking defend yourselves, or better yet, get the fuck out of town.
Thank you again for all your help.
Guess we should lay low at the inn for a while. Using your power to terrorize people. There's not a soul in the lower quarter that evil. You've gone too far this time, Cumore.
Damn. Those were some murder eyes, weren't they? Shit. Like, literally soulless. This is, see what I mean? All of this is just a prelude of him slowly becoming the villain. It's actually kind of compelling. We're not, that actually makes it more compelling. We're not witnessing the journey of a man trying to save the world and becoming the greatest hero ever known. We're witnessing the fall of someone who is truly trying to save people, but for all the wrong reasons.
Oh, you've returned safe from... Welcome back.
Looks like they've still got guards watching him.
You must be tired. Please enjoy your stay.
Yeah, no chatty. No
That
chatty
Cumore
Cathy.
punk is really a lousy guy.
Why are there so many lousy guys in the world?
I think you mean, why is there so many lousy guys in the Empire?
It's probably some kind of disease.
Well, you're not wrong. Lapse of riches and luxury and not caring where it comes from tends to be a disease on its own. I mean, you only have to look at Prince Harry to know that to be true. That's wrong. That's wrong. I don't even know the guy. I don't even pay attention to the royal family. But I do. But I don't even pay attention to the royal family or to even Prince Harry himself enough to really know if that's true. But I mean, all I have to do is just look up some of the shit that he's doing right now, and I can tell you that he is not doing anything. Nothing. The man does nothing. He's just a fucking celebrity. He's just someone from a sorority. He's literally just a dude, just living out his best life. With, like, the broad he literally gave up his princely title to be with. And she's not even that much better either. I'm done.
It's gotta be the disease they call stupidity.
That's too poignant. Stop. It's murder. It's murder of the highest degree.
So you do catch on. I bet you're right.
I wonder why they're trying to capture Pharaoh.
I don't know, but at this rate, they're gonna send all of the adults in the town out into the desert.
And once the adults are gone, it might be the children's turn next.
No, that can't happen. If I just spoke to him as a representative of the Imperial family.
Are you forgetting what happened in Heliord?
Yeah. I would say she is. But I genuinely think that she really wants to do something. And the only thing she can rely on is pulling her weight as an Imperial princess to do it. Which would make sense in any other circumstance and context, but in this world, you might as well should just be, you know, a fucking just nobody. You might as well should just be nobody.
Yeah, Estelle. He didn't care that you were the princess at all.
He's not the kind of person who'll reasonably listen to the words of a princess.
Which I would think he would. I mean, you have to think about it logically. If this man was smart, he would actually try to be more appealing to royalty, because he doesn't fucking know if Estelle is ever gonna become the queen of the empire. If that fucking happened, this man'd be out of a job. And he would be out of a job primarily because he tried to murder her dumbass. Or because he disrespected her. Or literally everything in between. There's so many things that could easily go wrong with the fact that Cumore literally oversteps himself constantly. It's actually baffling. Just how much he's willing to go. Just to do whatever the fuck he wants.
Whatever happened to the talk of going to Nordopolica?
So should we help the townspeople, or should we help ourselves?
Rita.
Don't you want to know what the Antilocheia is thinking? If so, you should put this whole business with Cumore out of your mind for the time being.
Yep, sounds like the party is divided on this too. Which means it's all the more reason why Chad Yuri should go out there and put an end to the Cumore nightmare once and for all.
It's a strange feeling to be agreeing with you, but I think we should focus on meeting Bellius for now. Even if we captured Cumore, we wouldn't have the authority to try him for his crimes. If we can't do anything about him, we should focus on what we actually can do.
You mean what Yuri can do? And what Yuri can do is literally bring vengeance.
If only Flynn were here.
Flynn wouldn't be able to do shit either.
Flynn? But where is he?
I wish I knew.
Guess we can't kill two birds with one stone, huh?
I'm sorry, Estelle. We don't mean to be ganging up on you. It disgusts me too, to imagine that jerk snoring all nice and cozy in his bed right now. But...
Rita, I understand.
They're really trying to lay it on thick here that Yuri's definitely gonna do something.
Lock up a guy like that, and as soon as he's released, he'll just end up doing the same thing again.
Yep.
Yep, you know what they say. The only cure for stupidity is death.
Jesus Christ! You're laying it on doubly thick. Jesus, you might have... Would you like a signboard for that fucking foreshadow there that you just brought down? Man, goddamn, Raven.
The only cure for stupidity is death.
Jesus. It actually gave fucking Yuri an ideas. That's... Oh, God. Oh, man.
I guess I'll have to play by my own rules.
Here we go. It's time to go murder a fool. Jesus. He's actually sleeping soundly in his own bed. That's actually disgusting.
Cumore.
My god. What are you, Batman? No, even Batman isn't this bad. Jesus. Oh wait, actually he is.
No. Yuri, it's you.
Wow. I was expecting him to maybe kill him in his sleep peacefully, but I guess Yuri wants to kind of like a I'm trying to think of the word here. I guess he kind of wants to let this extend a little further into something a bit more interesting.
What are you doing here?
Then again, I guess it makes sense. He probably does want Cumore to genuinely beg and cry and plead for his life. But this is this is dark. Oh my god.
Someone come quick.
Wow. He is literally pathetic. He is such a coward. He has a sword right at his hip, and he's literally in a panic. He's just like, no, someone save me, even though he literally has a weapon that he can use to defend himself with. It's almost like he actually knows that he's incapable of fending off Yuri. And I guess maybe to some extent he's had enough experiences fighting against Yuri or railing against him to know it to be true. So of course he's going to probably want to run away from this. I guess he's not as dumb as he actually is sometimes.
You would cross swords with a noble? Very well. I accept your challenge.
Yeah, you say that while also being really, really shaky. You're practically trembling, bro. He's so stiff. He's so ready for this, and Cumore is just like, ha. I can beat you. I accept your challenge.
No. How could this?
he just swipes it out of his hand. This is so funny.
You talk too much, Cumore.
It's true. He's more bark than his bite. I mean, he doesn't... I mean, actually, have we ever fought Cumore? I'm trying to remember the last time we fought this bastard, and I can't think of it. I can't think of one. I think he's literally just all for show. He's literally a JoJo's character without the swaggering confidence of one.
The time's come for you to make your exit.
Do you have any idea the trouble you're in for even pointing that thing at me?
Does it... Bruh, does it look like he gives a shit? You think he would have showed up in your room with a sword brandished in his hand if he actually cared about that kind of thing? Do you even know what he's prepared to do? Oh, well, this isn't good.
Wait!
The look of murder in Yuri's eyes.
I'm not the one to blame. I've just been following orders. I had no choice.
Then don't hate me. Hate whoever gave you your orders.
Wait, how about this? I could use my authority to pardon all of your crimes. A fresh start.
Oh, wow. So great. So generous. I wonder how much your promises are actually worth.
I may even be able to have you reinstated as a knight.
You think that matters to Yuri? You think being a knight is all that? Oh, man. Boy, oh boy, Cumore. You're gonna learn. You're going to understand that the price of freedom is steep.
I have no shortage of money. With enough money, I'm sure I could satisfy your every wish. Go ahead. Tell me what it is you want.
Your life.
There's only one thing I want from you.
And what might that? No, stop! Stay back! Don't come any closer, you beast!
He is literally gonna fall and die. He's gonna die in quicksand.
I am Cumore, a captain of the Imperial Knights, the man destined to become Commandant!
To become Commandant? No wonder why you're so full of yourself. You actually think that you actually think so highly of yourself that you can replace your highest chain of command? About fucking time.
I beg you, spare my life!
What do you mean? You practically did this to yourself. If anything, you killed your damn self. He just looks at the rope just like, eh.
Please, no! Not like this! I don't want to go like this!
Oh, so you want to die by human hands, do you? Well, that could certainly be arranged.
Tell me, how many times have you heard those very words?
Damn. Oh, fuck.
My people have taken control of things here. The residents of this town won't suffer any longer.
Jesus fucking Christ. How long have you been just standing there, bro? You couldn't have possibly have just showed up. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Holy shit. Dude, you literally watched this happen. Oh my god. You actually watched this happen. Oh my god. Now it's almost assured that Yuri is going to literally have this shit bite him in the ass. Jesus Christ. Fucking, a goody-goody two-shoes like Flynn. There's no way that he wouldn't, there's no way that he would let something like this slide. Not only will people eventually figure out that Yuri's the one who killed Reko and also killed Cumore, but it's gonna be Flynn who's gonna be the one who already knew about it, and it's likely going to be Flynn who's gonna be the one to have to admit that. I don't think Flynn has it within himself, because he's too close to Yuri to truly want to just out the man. I think he's gonna hold on to this knowledge until he's ready to take care of this problem himself. I think he's gonna be the kind of guy who's going to train for the moment that he finally brings Yuri to justice. I think this is going to be the start of a truly interesting rivalry that goes beyond just rivalry. It's literally the dark shadow. Yuri is turning into Flynn's dark reflection. This is so fucking amazing. I love the writing in this game.
That ought to put you one step closer to your next promotion. I'm heading back to the others.
In any other circumstance, Flynn would be the protagonist of this story. In any other circumstance. It's actually kind of funny, because Flynn could easily be... Never mind.
Yuri, we need to talk later.
We need to talk later.
I know.
About what I just fucking saw.
I'll be waiting. Down at the lake.
Man, he wasn't kidding. He literally put an end to these people. That actually raises a very unique and interesting juxtaposition.
Who'd have guessed this town could ever be this lively?
They're celebrating, I would imagine, because Qumor's platoon got put in their place. But that just raises an interesting juxtaposition. We believe that Yuri had to do this because he had no choice, because there was no other means of actually taking down Qumor. But if Qumor was just going to be brought down by Flynn anyways, regardless, then was this really worth it? Was murdering Qumor truly worth the price of blooding your hands if he was just going to be arrested? I mean, granted, we already went through the conversation of the fact that he probably would just get released anyways, but at least he'd be done terrorizing this town, and he'd likely be forced to go fuck off and go do something else, right? But, yeah, I mean, Flynn arrested the entire platoon. So, clearly he has some level of authority to do so, which means that he's a little bit more than just, well, a knight of a very noble status. He's literally now, like, someone worthy of respect and authority. At least he's being groomed into one. Anyways, but yeah. That actually, this is actually a very interesting, this poses a very interesting question now. A very morally, ethically ambiguous question.
Yes, it's a great relief to know the people here can live freely again.
I'm still in shock that Flynn actually came.
I'm still in shock that fucking Yuri just let a man drown in sand.
That was amazing timing!
Amazing timing indeed. It's almost like Yuri didn't have to actually kill the fucking asshole.
But Qumor might just cause more pain somewhere else.
I don't think so.
You watch. Flynn will have that guy behind bars in no time. Right, Yuri?
Oh, yeah.
Yuri? Raven, you're gonna catch a cold.
Why is he just sleeping there?
He wore himself out playing with all the children. You'd think he was 12 years old.
What? He was playing with children? I didn't think
Welcome
that guy...
back.
I didn't think that guy had that much of a soft side.
They're still going out there. I can't keep up with them.
What happened to Patty?
She's still dancing. I really don't get kids.
I saw you having a good time, though. You're an awesome dancer, Rita.
Shut up.
Ah, Rita the tsundere. You just can't be honest with yourself.
Huh? The old man's asleep already?
That was quick. Yuri?
Just gonna go have a word with Flynn. I'll be back.
They're just like, that was abrupt. What suddenly lit a fire in your ass? Just, they're so confused. And of course, because it's a little weird that he just suddenly decides he's gonna go fuck off to go talk to Flynn for no reason.
Why don't you have a seat?
Interesting
You
choice.
said we needed to talk?
Interesting choice of seating position.
Tell me, why did you kill Qumor? You know it's not our place to pass sentence on the crimes of others.
I don't think you understand, Flynn. Yuri is going down the path of revenge. He's going down the path of an Avenger. And Avengers don't give a shit about laws or definitions of right and wrong. They just care about one thing, and that's putting an end to the suffering. All they care about is literally getting revenge on those deserving of its wrath. That has nothing to do. There is no place in that life, in that path for laws and ethics. There just isn't.
He was to be punished in accordance with the laws.
And just what laws do you think would have punished him? The same laws that failed to punish Rigaud? Give me a break.
Yuri, you...
The laws have always been the tools of whoever happens to hold all the chips.
Just saying that doesn't make it right for individuals to judge right from wrong, or for you to operate your own private court of law. If the laws are at fault, then fixing those laws comes first. It's for that very reason that I'm still with the Imperial Knights.
Oh, Flynn. Flynn. You have a good head on your shoulders, man. Under every other circumstances, I would definitely be rooting for you. But in this instance, I don't think you're gonna be persuading Yuri, because we already know his motivations. We've seen them quite clear, and we know that you telling him this isn't gonna mean jack shit, because even me hearing you telling him this doesn't mean jack shit to me. That's how bad this situation is. That's how bad this situation is. All right, if our positions were switched, I would absolutely be with you there. I would be rooting for you to try and get through to Yuri, but no. Yuri has very compelling reasons for doing the things that he does. And it's only compelled that much more so because the people that he's doing this to are genuinely disgusting human beings. And with that being said, I think that out of everyone else in this game, you're definitely the only person who could do right by this. You're the only other person who's going to be able to right Yuri's wrongs. And you're going to be the only one who's going to be able to take over once Yuri has mostly completed his mission. And if not that, then being the villain that everyone fears, the person that everyone is afraid of, from like royalty to nobility or any other kind of person, whoever's a scumbag and Yuri finds out about it and he murders that person, that notoriety is going to follow him. Eventually someone's going to put two and two together. And when that happens, people will genuinely fear Yuri might come for them. And so Yuri will eventually obtain the moniker of someone who is a literal villain, a dastardly murderer who goes around and kills notable and noble and as well as I guess important people of imperial government. And so he'll be seen as a terrorist, a political assassin that must be put down. And you're going to be the one who has to do that. And hopefully, in doing so, you would have gained the power necessary through defeating Yuri, the kind of prestige and recognition necessary to put the Empire back on the proper path. Hopefully. But not necessary, but probably not completely. But at least it'd be a start.
But you can't deny that lives were saved because those bastards were put down. You'd rather tell those people, sorry you had to die today, I promise we'll change things soon.
That's not what I'm saying at all.
They're out there, you know. People so bad they'll just go on hurting others. What can the average person do but be victimized by people like that? You know it was the same way with our people in the lower quarter.
Even so, Yuri, what you're doing isn't right. Do you intend to rain your justice down on all the villains of the world?
Well, yes, actually. Because his justice is the only one that makes sense to Yuri. I mean, he's not a knight like you, and even then, when he was one, it didn't work out like he wanted it to. I mean, Yuri's trying to make the best out of a bad situation. And you not recognizing that is kind of half the problem. Because this isn't a problem of Yuri not understanding the consequences of his actions. This is the problem of Yuri making the best out of a bad situation through extraneous means and circumstances. All right, this is literally a man pushed to extremes. You can't reason with that. You can only understand it and better equip yourself to best handle that kind of conviction, because that's what this is turning into. It's becoming not a question of need. It's becoming a question of well, maybe it is becoming a question of need, but that's not the. Anyways, point being, Yuri is not going to be convinced by anything. At least not anymore. Because this is the only way. And so far, even though we haven't seen any real change quite yet, and we probably never really actually will, this is the only way that makes sense. Because with Cumore dead, at least that's one person who isn't going to go off and fuck somebody else's life over. And if Yuri does this enough consecutively to many different other people deserving of that kind of malice, he will absolutely do it. Because that's the path that Yuri chose. And it's one that he chose willingly. Out of spite against the world and the Empire, and of the cruelty that they wrought. That these people wrought. I mean, you're not understanding this.
That's the behavior of a common criminal.
I recognize it for what it is, and I've made my choices. Murder is a crime.
And even knowing that, you intend to dirty your hands.
Yep. Because again, he's pushed to extremes. This is literally aggravated murder. Aggravated manslaughter.
Intend to? I already have.
Just comes right out and says it. Shit.
So this is the path you've chosen.
Yep. And you're gonna be the one to set everything straight when he's done.
Don't make me repeat myself.
I won't. But it seems you don't yet understand the full weight of your choices.
No, I think he does. I just don't think you understand the full weights behind his reasons for doing so.
As a knight, I cannot overlook your crimes.
Here we go. Up.
Captain, I finally found you!
What is it?
Our barricade of Nordopolica has been completed. Also, it appears that the hunting blades are on the move. Sir, we must go to Nordopolica quickly. Captain!
Understood.
Sir.
Yuri?
He just Batmaned.
I know you better than anyone alive, Yuri. If you insist on walking down the path of a criminal.
Oh, wait! Repeat!
What are you doing here?
Yuri.
Hmm?
So, you heard it all?
Wait, what? Bitch was eavesdropping? Oh my god. Does she know? Does she know? Oh my god. No! This is actually kinda... This is both... No, actually... Wait a minute. This could be good. Now that Estelle knows... Estelle might actually try to convince him to turn away from this path. She and Yuri have this connection that goes a little beyond just two strangers that happen to find one another in a very desperate situation. They're clearly grown from being like a bodyguard and helper to literally being friends and casual acquaintance to a casual acquaintance to friends to potentially something more, to potentially something a little bit more significant. And if Estelle knows, then she's likely going to be compelled on reasons of both emotional significance and of what's the I don't want to say quite yet that it's of a romantic significance, but it's definite. But their relationship could probably is some floating feelings of that's there between the two of them, but it's not there. It isn't quite there yet. At least we haven't seen Yuri actually have any sort of romantic tensions with Estelle. Estelle is more likely to have more romantic attachments to Yuri than Yuri does. But it's my point being though is that I think Estelle above anyone else in our party is going to likely want to try to help Yuri, or at least try to save him from this kind of choice of path that he's walking. And I think that, honestly, if there was anyone who could, she probably could. She probably could be the one to convince him. It usually takes someone as kind, as benevolent, and as genuinely kind, as someone as genuinely soft-spoken and warm-hearted as Estelle to turn people like this from the path of self-destruction. And it's going to be hell, that's for sure. Because these kind of stories and these kind of characters usually have to go through a lot of bullshit to really get these characters to change. But when it happens, it's fucking rewarding. The only time it's questionable, and it's questionably rewarding, is the relationship between Sasuke and Sakura. The Naruto series is infamous for Sasuke's need for vengeance and Sakura's continuous nonsense of trying to save Sasuke, despite the fact that he's an absolute piece of shit who basically has no love for humanity. At some point in the story, he literally has no love for humanity, and yet she still tries to help him anyways, and you question the motivations to it because it makes no goddamn sense at all. And the story establishes very early on in the base Naruto series that Sakura is a lot smarter than even Sasuke and Naruto. So the fact that she's that dumb when it comes to, I guess that probably goes to show that Sakura's emotional intelligence is probably just absolute dog shit. But I have no idea. The point being is that there are terrible examples of it, and there are some good examples of this kind of dynamic. I just hope that this story is going, that whatever this dynamic, if they are going to go in that direction, that it's genuinely going to be well thought out and earned, and it's not going to be some forced bullshit, because that's just the worst. It's the absolute worst. And plus, any sort of resulting impact that whether or not that Yuri actually gets redeemed or not is whatever impact that sort of choice of story direction may have, I hope it's actually, you know, like, it's gonna be worthwhile. It's always gonna be worthwhile. People love that shit. They eat that shit up just like, oh wow. And especially women do, by the way. You know how many stories of, like, bad boys that women just absolutely love to read and to watch on fucking soap operas and shit, of, like, taming the bad boy? It's literally baked into female DNA to want to tame the wildling. This is it. I think this would be a great direction, not just for developing Yuri's character, but also for also developing Estelle's character at the same time, while also playing on a trope that works, and that works for both sexes. Because Yuri is a Chad. He's already cool. The guy is basically a badass. And Estelle is a fucking princess. The dream position of a girl, and a young girl, even a teenager. And the idea that they could be in a position like this with someone this badass and this cool, and then having to be the ones to potentially try to save them from themselves, it's like, that's the kind of shit that people eat up all the time. And so it would be foolish of them not to go in this direction, but we'll see. We'll see where this goes.
I'm sorry.
Are you afraid of me, Estelle?
That's a question. But it's I honestly wasn't expecting that to be his first question. I was expecting many things to come out of his mouth, but that was not going to be one of them. That Yuri has some keen insight to know that the moment that that it's revealed that he has bloodied his hands in a very overt and terrible way, and his first instinctual reaction when someone finds out about this, especially someone potentially important or close to himself, is, "Are you afraid of me now?" That's some real ass shit right there. Damn.
If you are, you can quit right here. Join Flynn and go back to the castle.
But you know she's not gonna do that. You know she's not gonna do that, don't you, Yuri? You know she's not gonna do that. No woman in her sane mind, after all the shit after all the shit you two have been through, is ever gonna fucking say no to that shit. I would be actually surprised if any woman would say no in this kind of position. Just like, damn. Just like... Listen, I don't care if you think you're smart. I don't care if you think that, oh, well, I wouldn't want to be friends or chasing after a crazy No, you absolutely would. We've had enough examples of women in real life who do this, okay? I know for a fact that a good portion of the female audiences would absolutely go after Yuri, because listen, I hate to tell you this, but you and bad decisions just goes hand in hand. Women and bad choices and men just go hand in hand. And mind you, it's not necessarily bad choices for the sake of being stupid. No, again, women have an instinctual need and desire to try to tame the wildling, and there's a reason for this. It's because someone who is this individually sophisticated, capable, and is able to carve his own path is seen naturalistically as a very desirable trait. Personality-wise, included, it's like, this guy is a trailblazer. He is carving his own path. He is making his own way. There's no woman on the goddamn planet who wouldn't have their loins moistened by such a prospecting individual. This is literally the ideal man. There is no fucking way. It is basic fucking psychology. There is no way on God's green earth that a woman would actually look at this situation and think to themselves, oh, I would definitely turn this down. No, fuck you. I know for a fact you're fucking lying. There's no fucking way you would ever turn this shit down. You are fucking lying to yourself if you actually believe that shit. No way. No how. I will call you out on that bullshit all day. No. Anyways, back to the goddamn conversation.
I'm not going back.
Hey.
It's true the things you've done are against the law, but I'm confused.
Of course you're confused. You're so ignorant of the world that and of people that you don't even know how to feel in this moment. It's you're probably not even sure of your own self because of how little you probably know of everything. That's the other thing that has to be mentioned about human beings, is that we only know what we're actually capable of, and what we're actually like, when we're juxtaposed by the things around us. And by that, I mean, like, our environment shapes us and molds us into the kind of people that we are. Estelle, who has grown up in the castle her entire life and has only ever known being, has only ever known being served and being, accommodated, is never going to truly know what people actually think or feel, or what what her position or what her standing actually means to other people, or even what she herself is truly capable of, or even what any of the kind of struggles and things that normal people have to go with even mean, or what they would even mean to her if she was put in those positions. This is the kind of person who is so ignorant of everything that the moment she gets exposed to any level of stimuli, it's like some new and interesting thing. You could feed her, like, you could give her some backwater basic bitch-ass meal, and she would think it's like something, she would think it's like the most strange and unique dish that she has ever seen. Like, it's something foreign. Like, she went on a delegation to some foreign country and was served some culturally, like, specific foods that are made there, delicacies. That is the word I'm looking for. But it's like, yeah, you're so fucking ignorant of the world. I wouldn't expect you to know anything. I wouldn't even expect you to know anything about your goddamn self. So yes, you are confused. I am not shocked at all.
It's also true that your actions saved the lives of others.
Indeed. God, I could rant about this stuff all day.
You never know. Someday I might turn my blade on you.
Oh my god. Oh, what the fuck? That... Damn. This is where he's taking this. This is the direction he's going with this. Shit, man. You are absolutely just convinced. You are literally committed to this. You are committed to the path of self-destruction. I both respect it, and I'm disheartened by it at the same fucking time. It's the most amazing shit I've ever seen. You are literally telling her that the prospect of you turning your blade on her is not an impossible concept, and you are just willingly allowing yourself to divulge that kind of information to her. And even if it's not even something that you would actually want to do or even will do, you are literally just throwing that out there. It's like, Jesus Christ, Yuri. Why? This man is hardcore. This man is hardcore. This guy's amazing. This is why I keep saying this man's a Chad, because he is a Chad. This guy does something and he sticks to it, even if it's terribly wrong. It's like, Jesus, I can't help but respect you for it, but fuck, man, that is some dark shit you are walking. Those are some dark shoes you are wearing. Man. Oh, God.
You'd never do something like that without a reason.
Ah, boy. That's true. She's got you there.
If you ever end up pointing your sword at me, I'm sure I will have done something to deserve it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Now, see, now I know that this is the direction they're probably going to take this. Estelle is going to be the one who's going to redeem Yuri at the end of all of this. Because there's no fucking way that someone who's this kind-hearted and respects someone this highly is ever going to just let this go. There's no way. I think Estelle respects Yuri too much to let this go. And let me tell you something about women and respect, okay? You only ever earn a woman's love and affection proportionally to the amount of respect that she has for you. If there is no respect, she doesn't love you. Period. No respect equates to no love. There is nothing there. There is nothing there for you. And therefore, there is absolutely no way that there's any hope in your future that this is going to last very long or it's even going to be a thing. That being said, Estelle has been through a lot. With Yuri, she's been traveling together with him for all this time. She has likely developed an ample amount of respect for him and for his strength of character. There is that in itself is the part of the building blocks, the foundations of a potential romance, and that. But before we even touch on the idea of romance, we need to establish some parameters here. Respect is one thing, okay? But in order for there to actually be for a romance to occur, there has to be a few things that must be met, conditions that must be met. The other conditions, there are 3 conditions. The first condition is that there must be respect between the 2 parties. The second condition is that both parties also have to admire one another. In other words, they have to have something that must be admirable. Alright? There's something about the other person that you like, and that causes you to want to respect them. Alright? Which leads into the point of respect, as I mentioned earlier. So there's respect, admiration, and the third and final one, of course, is, well, I mean, it's obvious. There has to be a natural propensity for coitus. I'm kidding, but no. Actually though, the third and final thing that creates longevity in any sort of potential romance, especially marriage. Marriage only works if there's respect and admiration between the 2 parties, but the other part that is necessary for a relationship to succeed is also loyalty. It's loyalty. It's, well, it's experience. Loyalty is important, mostly. Respect and admiration is one thing, but loyalty is a must. But the difference, though, is that the third option kind of changes. It fluctuates depending on the gender. For men, it's loyalty. Men value loyalty above all else from the female side of things. But when it comes to women, what women value the most, or typically from men, is not necessarily loyalty. It's as surprising as that might sound. It's not necessarily loyalty. It's honesty. It's honesty. Even if you have done some horrible shit, or you have literally done something terrible to your significant other without them knowing it, or even done something as dirty as sleep with someone else behind their back, it's not the idea that you did that thing that's gonna hurt them the most. It's the idea that you did that and you didn't tell them about it. That you hid that from them. That you went out of your way to bury that that little part of their history, that part of themselves, that moment of weakness, and that's the part that truly scares them. Because it's not necessarily about loyalty that matters to a woman. It's about the loss of something important. Experience is important. Understanding and experiencing a person and who they are and their needs is integral for women. It's very integral. It's very important. Because without the necessary knowledge and experience with another person, you're not going to know how to gauge that person and whether or not that what you're doing is necessarily correct for them or even for yourself. And in a lot of ways, experience is very integral for a woman's success in relationships. When God, how did I become a love doctor suddenly in this fucking playthrough? But my point still stands. My point still stands, god damn it. Alright? My point still stands. For there to be any sort of successful relationship or any relationship, alright, 3 things have to be met. And the third option tends to fluctuate depending on the parties in question. And that being said, if Estelle continues this journey with Yuri, if she continues to stick with him even after all the terrible things that he's done, and even goes as far as to willingly try to throw herself into potential danger, into potentially ruining her relationship with Yuri, if she goes as far as overstepping her own relationship boundaries with Yuri to try to convince him to stop, it may potentially lead to a possible direction where this could potentially succeed. But she has to be the one to do it, and she has to be willing to take these kinds of risks. Because if she doesn't, then she will lose him. That's just a fact. She will lose him to this self-destructive path that he's walking. She just will. She just will. It's one of the reasons why women who follow these people into the path of self-destruction often become self-destructive themselves. It's because they often lose themselves in the bullshit, in the fuckery of it all. That's how so many abusive relationships end up existing and taking place. It's because the women don't actually actively try to change the men. They just try to become subservient and docile. They try to become more pleasing, and that's never actually the way to handle that. That's never actually the way to handle that situation. Becoming more pleasing and more I want to say subservient, but it's more like being more pleasing and being more what's the word? Basically just playing into their bullshit isn't going to help them. Standing your ground, telling them what they're doing is wrong, and still sticking with them despite their own bullshit that you continue to spout in their goddamn faces is a testament to not just the fact that they are terrible people and that they are consistently being terrible people, but that you too are consistently trying to help them, and that they are literally like making a terrible situation even worse, because eventually it's going to listen. I don't know about most people, but if I was doing something really stupid, and if a woman was constantly telling me, if anyone was constantly telling me that what I'm doing was wrong, and they still stuck by me even after the fact, even after recognizing the fact, and they consistently do it time and time and time again, I'm gonna be like, Jesus, man, don't you ever give up? Doesn't it ever get tiring? And if they can still consistently do it, I'm just gonna eventually be like, fuck, alright, fine. Alright, I get it. I'm a terrible person. Alright, what do you want me to do about it? You know, eventually people are going to open themselves up to the idea. And when that happens, they're going to ask the question, and your response to the question is both important, but it's also... Okay, I'm getting off track. I realize that it's almost the 2-hour mark. I am getting so far off track, but this is the kind of bullshit that this game is sending me down. This is the kind of nonsensical direction it's taking me under. It's literally... I am pedantically ranting about potential nonsense to many people who are going to watch this video, simply because it sends me down a spiral of having to recognize and explain all this bullshit. It's like, god damn it. Yeah, that's how you know that this game is great. Is when it inspires active thought, active thinking. This is truly great. I love it. That being said, my overall point is this. Forget about the romance for all the romantic nonsense that I've mentioned for the past 30 minutes or so. And just concentrate on one key aspect here. The only way Yuri is going to be redeemed, if there's any potential for redemption, is Estelle. And Estelle is only going to be able to do that if she's going to be able to leverage her relationship and her connection with Yuri in order to do so. And the way she's going to have to do that is by being consistent, is by trying to help him, trying to be the light, by being consistently being the light, the muse, the only thing in his life that actually has any sort of good in it that isn't just the crap that is surrounding him. And if she can manage to worm her way through those defenses, worm her way through all of the bullshit that Yuri is convincing himself is necessary, she may be able to find the path to save him through all of the fuckery that he is going through, that he has experienced so far, and actually find a potential possibility, not just within herself, but within Yuri, to potentially recognize that maybe what I'm doing isn't necessarily the right thing, and maybe what I've done wasn't the only means of accomplishing it, but at the very least, I did what I did because I believed what I was doing was right. And her response to this, of course, has to be very clear and specific. It has to be very clear and specific. It has to lend itself open to the possibility that Yuri has always had the potential to do some more than just the things that he's already done. She has to open his mind up to the possibility that there's always a choice, that there's always a better path, but Yuri just has to find that better option. Not just for himself. And if she can do that, then if she can get him to think on that level, and think on that playing field, then likely, and if it actually somehow manages to work, then he will actually begin to change. At least the possibility would be there. It would exist within himself. And whether or not he chooses to actively pursue it would be his decision. But at least the chance of it would be there. Alright. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Let's get back to the fucking video game, shall we, boys and girls? Let's get back to the Sorry, laughing makes me cough, apparently. Let's get back to the fucking video game.
If you're going to go with Flynn, now's your chance. You seem like he was in a hurry.
Fuck.
No. I'm gonna continue on this journey with you. It's what I want.
Shit. She's already hitting the right marks.
Traveling with you, I know I'll find the right path for myself, too.
Wow. She is... Jesus fucking Christ. Who is the writer for this game? It's like he understands basic human psychology. It's shit. Shit. It's so on the nose and pointing to what I've been saying already that it's fucking shit. Jesus Christ. Okay, moving on.
So what I'm thinking is... here's to the road ahead.
I am losing my goddamn mind. This game is too good. Why is it so good? Shit. I am losing my goddamn mind.
Thanks.
He actually did it too. Pay attention to that one, boys and girls. The handshake is a physical, symbolic representation
like that for a good
of...
long while.
Shut the fuck up, Raven. I am talking right now. And it is important that I get this out there. Pay attention to that, boys and girls. That right there, the handshake, was a physical fucking representation of her connection to Yuri. Literally. Their bodies were connected for 5 seconds. It's like, shit. God damn it, game. You are too good at this. I am losing my fucking mind. Losing my fucking mind. Fuck. Okay.
Yeah, it's called oversleeping.
God, I really just want to stream this game every day, but I'm kicking myself because I have neither the time nor the ability to do so. God, it pisses me off. And then sometimes I end up in a point where I'm just like, do I want to go back to, like, if I even want to go back to it, and then I play it and I'm like, oh fuck, why did I fucking ever think about questioning going back to it? It's just like, oh, I hate it. I hate it. Jesus Christ, I hate my life. Why can't I do this for a living? Fuck.
We're ready to hit the road, so get that sleep out of your eyes.
Hey, old man, your eyes are all droopy.
What? That's not good.
Jeez.
Huh? There are fewer nights than before.
Yeah, Flynn and his crew went back to Nordopolica.
That must mean they were traveling by night.
Was there some emergency they had to deal with?
They wanted to eat some fish, so they went back to Nordopolica.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was, Patty. You're totally right. I don't hate Patty's character, but her character has been so zany and consistently inconsistent at this point. I mean, I should say it's consistently bizarre. Like, she's definitely the odd duck of this group. And I don't know how to feel about that. I know some people probably like her, but she comes off as too much of a what the fuck for me to take seriously in any measure. And even when there are good moments for her character, it's always immediately followed with the fact that there is a lot of ambiguity to her character. And so there's never really a grounded sense of certainty with her character. And that concerns me. That concerns me just a little bit. Because I don't know what to make of her character. The only thing I can definitely say is that she likes Yuri. She doesn't know anything about herself or her relationship with Ifrid, and that she's after a treasure, and that she's consistently been a fucking weirdo from start to finish. And I don't that there's nothing there that really inspires me specifically to want to look at her and be like, yeah, she's a great character. No, because there isn't anything there yet, and the only thing that's there is strange. I don't know what else to say. So I'll just leave it at that.
Oh, come on, Patty. They're not like you.
Maybe they had to take care of the monsters from the Colosseum.
I'll bet Palestrale requested the help of the knights.
We'll have to wait and see. Well, it's just that Flynn said something about a barricade.
Barricade? What could that mean?
Are they out to arrest Bellius for what happened in the Great War?
I can't imagine that Palestrale would be outmaneuvered that easily by the knights.
I get the feeling this is gonna get messy.
Maybe we should think twice about heading back to Nordopolica for now.
But the new moon's almost here. If we miss this chance, who knows when we might meet Bellius again?
Yeah, I can tell you when. It's called next month at the another new moon. Okay, that's how we'll meet them again.
If I can't go to Nordopolica, I can't get on a ship. If I don't get on a ship, I won't be able to find the Maristella or recover my memory.
That would be important, especially for your continuous longevity as a party member, and also for my continued interest.
That's all well and good. I'm just not in a hurry to get tangled up with that armor-wearing bunch.
Me neither.
We'll just have to be careful, like always. No use panicking about it.
Why is Estelle behind a tree? It's a very... I'm questioning this now because it's a very odd positioning. I feel like there's a purpose for that, but I don't know what that is.
Don't forget, I want to take a look at the air crane and Kados.
Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. All right, let's head out.
Things are bound to improve here in Mantake, now that Flynn's liberated the town.
They did allow the ringleader to escape, though.
Cumore? Flynn will catch him in no time, right, Yuri?
Oh yeah, sure he will.
Is something wrong? He looked troubled.
Estelle's not her usual perky self either.
That's not true. I'm as happy as you all are that Mantake's been freed.
If you say so.
See? There it is. That's the first sign that she's getting wrapped up in Yuri's bullshit. It's the chink in the armor. We saw it for just a second. There's a chink in the armor. And Estelle is slowly losing herself into Yuri's bullshit. That's not necessarily a bad thing because it doesn't really say much. It's not like she's literally losing herself or going insane, but it right there is potential that she is thinking about it, and that her uncertainty of it is leading her to questioning what she should do and what she needs to do, as well as how to best handle the situation. And so that air of uncertainty is putting her in a state of unease, and the party members are feeling that right now. And that uneasiness could easily turn into something truly emotionally devastating, which is something that always happens to women in very abusive relationships. I don't claim to be an expert on relationships, by the way. I feel like I've seen this shit enough times to know how it works.
Your friend is quite talented, considering the ease with which he saved Mantake.
Who, Flynn? That was nothing for him.
You know him really well, don't you, Yuri?
Well, we've hung around together since we were kids.
You don't hang around together much anymore, though.
Yuri?
Okay, what can we buy? Uh, Spine Ripper. Nope. Oh wait, this weapon's actually good. Actually, hang on. Synthesizing weapons is far better than anything else. Queen of Hearts. Heal supply, guard supply. Heal an ally to recover some HP. Oh, that's actually cool. She could heal herself by healing allies. That might actually be useful. Let's get it. It costs some resources, but I'm willing to make that sacrifice. Oh yeah. Let's see here. Knuckle Duster. He's already got that. Wow. There's nothing in here for Yuri. I don't think I've actually seen him wear anything other than like one other thing. You can use that, but I don't know if he needs that. Genuinely, I don't think he needs it. Medium-sized bag. I could get him a gladiator. So why not? Alrighty. Let's go back to weapons again. Let's see here. I think the one who needs it really right now is the dog. So let's go look at dog. Let's go look at Rapide stuff. What can we forge for Rapide? Well, we can forge a lot of things, but useful, not a whole lot of it is. Let's see. Taka Mikazuchi Flare? Blast. What's the difference? One's got a bar command, the other one's got something else. Occasionally cancels all enemy and ally actions with taunt. Occasionally cancels all enemy and ally actions with taunt? That's an interesting skill, but is that useful? I'd hope it do it more so to the enemies than it would the allies. Let's see. Dispersion. Changes in art can be learned if used repeatedly. Great Deluge. Changes in art can be learned if used repeatedly. Changes in art? What do you mean it changes in art? That doesn't make any sense to me. What does it mean, changes in art? Well, I guess we could get Patty something, but... well, there's nothing really to get her. Okay, let's see, moving on. Nothing for your... okay, I still can get this... oh, Steiner. It can only be wielded by Estelle. Gives her combo plus, combo force, and item pro, but I don't know if it's... I mean, does she need that? Hi, Tsurugi. Let's see, he's already got an Ogre Sword, but an Ogre Plus? I mean, an Ogre Plus might be useful. But a high Tsurugi? Aerial combo? Oh, he could do aerial combos? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, okay, I was about to say. Aerial combo adds one more hit to an aerial attack. Oh, well, that's not exactly important then. Fatal Exceed. Increases damage dealt by Fatal Strike to enemies that do not die from it. Oh, wow. That's... that could be useful whenever I have the opportunity to fucking use it, but... oh, I already have a oh, I see. It takes either a +1 Tsurugi or a Tsurugi. But I'm just going to use a regular Tsurugi because, of course. Anyways, Ogre Sword. already have an ogre sword, so might as well upgrade it to an ogre sword plus. I mean, it's not like he's learned to use the skills from it quite yet, and it just adds a new skill, so. Anyways, enough getting Yuri's shit in order. Let's go ahead and see what kind of shit we can get everybody else. Especially Judith. She's run out of shit to get. We could get her Executioner if we had the resources, but we don't. War Harpoon. Strength 2 and HP recovery. HP recovery. Increases the amount of HP recovered. That doesn't tell me much. Okay. Well, we can't get anything for her. I may have to buy something for Judith. Let's get her Avenger Scroll Plus. Rivet Belt. No, she's already learning the skills from this one, maybe. Oh no, she hasn't. She's only learned one of these skills, but there's 2 skills from here that she hasn't learned. Combo magic. Why not? Wow, she has much more shit to get. Shit that she can grab. That's amazing. And he's got nothing. Alright, I think we're good. Alright. Let's see what we can buy. Good old Judith. Full metal staff. Well, you're no full metal alchemist, but he's already got a Jiraiya. She's already got a Pisca. I believe I already forged a Nova for her, I think. I don't even remember. We're out of money anyways. I just realized. Okay. Welcome Flynn Brigade sale is on right now. The prices haven't changed, but what the fuck does that mean then? Well, we're having a sale right now, but it's not, we haven't changed the prices or nothing. The actual fuck? I'm gonna be thinking about this. I'm gonna be thinking about this game for a while. Wait, what the fuck? Hey, Carol. What's up? We finished Estelle's request. Shouldn't Brave Vesperia start looking for other jobs? Yeah, you're right. I wonder what we should do. We could get a job in Dongrest if we were members of the Union. Hey kid, didn't you know? The Union will throw you work even if you don't join them. They take a cut, but... Really? Really. But it'll take us some time to return to Dongrest from here. If we can find a Union's outpost staff around, we might be able to get a job. Then why not look for them? Judith, you coming? Woof. But what should we do about Pharaoh? If this is something we need to do as a guild, I don't mind. As a guild? You speak as if you're already a part of this, Estelle. But let's be honest, you're practically already are one, so. Thanks, Estelle. Okay, let's go.
I am so hungry! We're seriously gonna starve!
Save your energy, Carol. You'll just make yourself hungrier.
Sharp stomachs make short graces, Carol.
What does that mean?
It means hunger can make you rude, and that leads to angry people attacking you with sharp things.
I think you're a little off. But whatever, Yuri and Rita seem to be pretty calm despite not having eaten in a while.
I'm used to it.
Uh-huh.
Ah! There's a delicious steak right on top of Rapide's back.
It's a trap. Don't succumb to temptation.
Maybe we should do something about this.
Yuri! Yuri! I found a green piece of veggie bread in my bag! I can eat it, right? Right?
What the? No, Carol, don't! Seriously, this is getting dangerous. Let's eat something already.
Is the game literally feeding me dialogue because I haven't actually fed the characters anything? But we just rested. I don't need to feed them anything. The only reason why I would feed them anything is so that way they could get benefits from it. Increases attack slightly. Increases attack moderately. Maybe I will feed them something to increase their attack or defense, but that's it. That's all I'm doing. I think I get the feeling that Judith would be good at this for some reason. Well, she cooked it with 5% HP restore and P defense increased by 5%, so physical defense increased. Great. That's out of the way. Ugh. Alright, where the hell are we going? Oh, I guess we gotta go back through the damn cave.
Good day.
Ah, are you going to the Wizened of Cardos?
Yes, we are. Why do you ask?
The Imperial Knights have sealed off passage through Cardos. It's not just here. They've set up blockades at all of the routes through the mountains.
Blockades? Why would they...
I don't know all the details, but I heard that it has something to do with some danger in Nordopolica.
It's gotten dangerous over there?
What should we do? We need to get to Nordopolica before the new moon.
I wish I could help, but they wouldn't even let me through, and I have a travel permit.
Are you a member of the Fortunes Market?
Yes.
How'd you get your permit?
The Empire issues travel permits to Fortune's Market so that its members can travel wherever they want. At least, that's how it's supposed to be.
Right, but the Imperial Knights wouldn't let me go any further. I'm going back to Mantake, since there's no way to get around them.
Interesting.
Should we go back to Mantake and chill out too?
Either something dangerous is happening over there, or some fuck shit's going on.
What are we gonna do?
Do you think Flynn ordered the blockades?
I couldn't say. Either way, we can't afford to be stuck here for much longer.
Yes, it'll be a lot of trouble if we miss the new moon.
But I don't think they'd let us through, even if we asked nicely.
Well, to be honest, we can go take a look and think about how to get in. The hard part will only come once we've gotten inside.
What do you mean, once we've gotten inside?
They set up blockades to make it hard to get out of the mountains. Getting inside shouldn't be nearly as tough. I think that much is safe to assume.
Well then, should we go back to Mantake to do some final preparations?
No, we're fine. Let's go like we are.
Let's just go like we are.
The Flynn Brigade.
So they are here. And for some reason, they're blocking off the area, which means if Flynn's the one blocking off the area, something seriously shitty's going on.
So that's the blockade?
Yeah, looks like it was Flynn's brigade's doing after all. But what are those monsters doing here?
Perhaps they've been tamed by the Knights?
This brigade is reminding me of Flynn less and less. What the hell is Flynn doing with his knights anyway?
With hardcore tactics like this, there ain't any doubt in my mind this has something to do with the talk of Bellius engineering the Great War.
So how do we get past this checkpoint?
Huh? Seriously? Let's do that. And then?
What could they be talking about?
Old man, do you mind keeping it down?
Sorry. Now that sounds like fun. How about this?
What the fuck is going on? Suddenly pulls out a bow and is getting ready to fire. What the hell is going on? Look at this! I'm just now seeing it. Look at the smug fucking look on Patty's face. That something they're up to something clearly, but for her to be this smug.
What the hell? Stop it! Settle down!
Let's go now.
Hey, hey, don't leave this old man behind.
Distraction, huh?
What the? Come back, you!
Yuri Lowell!
See ya. Have fun.
Throwing smoke bombs as they run.
That was pretty slick, old man.
What are you saying? That was all thanks to Patty. Humans work a lot harder when they get rewarded, don't they?
Rewarded? What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
That's our little secret. It's just between us, right, Patty?
So annoying.
And weird. What the actual fuck?
It's our little secret.
What the actual fuck is going on?
What is that nonsense?
I don't know if it's nonsense as much as it is concerning.
It's probably some useless promise of theirs. Anyway, let's keep moving.
Shit. You didn't have to spit on their... You didn't have to roast them like that. Holy shit. So it must probably some useless promise of theirs. Shit, damn. Yuri, have you always been this savage?
Only the Empire has enough power to cut off all the ways in and out of a whole town.
Well, the Guild's power is totally different. The Union would never try something like this.
It's the Empire's style. Crush problems with everything they've got. What are they after? Who do they think they are, sealing off all the roads like this?
I think the answer to that lies in Nordopolica. We should hurry before we're caught.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting questions about what the hell's going on here, but I would imagine that the only reason why Flynn would do something like this is if there's genuinely something emergency level fuckery going on. So I think we're in for interesting time in Nordopolica. I fucking hate this.
Sorry if I hurt you.
This'll hurt! You like that? This'll hurt!
Ow.
You like that? How's your edge? Dragon!
No way.
How could this win? This way!
Oh, brilliant angels grant us
You
your
like that?
favor.
Destruction field! How's your edge?
Angels grant us your favor.
How's your edge? Come on, wind. Knock him around and cut him down. Windblade!
First aid.
That's over.
Hooray for the old man!
I think the next thing I'll try forging is armor. The next time I play this game anyways.
Hold still. I'll make this quick.
Get out of here!
First aid. Oh, brilliant angels grant us
This is
your
my
favor.
style. Dragon! Come on, wind. Knock him around and cut him down.
That's what happens when I get serious.
Yep, she learned those skills.
So what was that deal you were talking about?
A deal? What sort of deal? With who?
You said something about a deal with the old man when we were in Kados. Don't tell me you forgot.
No. I haven't forgotten.
She forgot. So it's a secret, is it?
I'll tell you, Yuri, since I can trust you.
I appreciate it.
If he works hard here, I'll teach him Judy's measurements.
You really know how his mind works, don't you?
It's not exactly a mystery.
Hmm? What's up? Shouldn't we be hurrying along?
Hey, you're not as young as you used to be. Let's take it easy.
Seconded.
What do you mean?
Why is Raven... Why is Raven like this? I'm not questioning his choices and his character. I just think I just think it's funny that out of every other character, it's the middle-aged man that is by far the most horny. It's just kind of funny to me. All right. Let's restore some TP with some sorbet. Let's see how well he cooks with this. Wow. Did a fucking fantastic job. Oh, we're out of milk? Surprising. But I guess I didn't really check for any need to get groceries or anything. Sinclair Saver? She is needing some new shit to work with, so. Alright. Oh man, that combo plus is almost there.
It looks like they aren't following us.
That was pretty fun.
Hey, this is no game. Seriously.
Now that's what I'm talking about. Combining Patty's brain with my technique.
2 heads are better than 1.
Yeah, but they went and sealed off a dangerous place like this just to isolate Nordopolica. These guys mean business.
Seriously, even bringing monsters to help?
Whatever they're doing, it can't be good.
I can't believe that Flynn would order something like this.
Hey, what kind of person is Flynn?
He's Yuri's friend. I've heard they've known each other since they were children.
Sometimes orders coming down from the top don't make sense. The meaning can get lost going down the chain of command. When a brigade gets big and famous enough, things can start to get out of hand.
You certainly know a lot about these things. Makes sense for someone in Altosk.
Things can end up like that no matter what the organization.
What worries me is how much of a hand Flynn had in all this.
I'm sure we'll get a good understanding of that as soon as we can get to Nordopolica.
That's right.
But we should be on our guard. Even though I find it hard to believe that they've conquered Nordopolica by force.
Yeah, I think the Palestrale would have a problem with that.
Sorry, Rita. You won't get much time to investigate the Air Krene.
Ugh. Oh well. I don't have much choice. It'd be bad if they caught up to us.
Exactly. Come on, let's get going.
Yuri sure is enthusiastic.
He won't say it, but I reckon he's just worried about his friend.
Do Flynn and Yuri really have that strong of a bond?
Well, you could call it strong, I guess. Maybe. What? Are you jealous?
I'll have to hold a strategic meeting to stop Yuri from being snatched away from me.
That's gonna be one useless meeting, because it's not even a question. It's already happened. And even if it wasn't already happened, it's not like you would ever have a chance in hell. I mean, Yuri's a lot of things, but I don't think succumbing to jail bait is one of them. Yuri can get his ass into a lot of things, but I don't think he would ever succumb to that kind of bullshit. Alright, anyways, let's see. Who needs... You do. That is right. Still using that, still using that. Full metal staff. Still using that. Oh wow, she actually has a little bit more stuff to work with. I guess we'll have her use something a little crappy for a bit. Oh my god.
You don't scare me.
Why is that so hard?
Take this!
Hellhammer!
No way!
Are you okay?
Sorry, thanks.
Oh, brilliant angels grant us your favor.
Come on, Wind. Knock him around and
No
cut
way.
him down.
That didn't work? No way.
Another! Dragon! Come on, Wind. Knock him around and...
Oh, brilliant angels grant us your favor.
You all right,
Repeat.
Rapide?
Are you okay?
No way.
Nurse.
Oh, this is bad.
Come on, Wind. Dragon! Another! Windblade!
Are you okay?
As
Oh,
your
brilliant angels grant us your favor.
Dragon Swarm! No way! Destruction!
Holy
Resound, O cry of victory!
All right. Yeah, I feel good.
She seems to be trying to restrict herself a little bit, or maybe I'm just imagining that. Oh shit. Oh man.
Come on, Wind. Knock him around. This'll hurt. Windblade!
first aid.
You're done.
Oh, brilliant angels grant us your favor.
You like that? You like that? Come on, Wind. Knock him around and cut him down. Windblade! Dragon Swarm! You like that? Such grace. And another. You okay,
You all
Rapide?
right?
Oh, brilliant angels grant us your favor. How did this happen?
And another.
You can't win.
It's getting pretty bad.
You can't
Bring
win.
them back from the abyss of death.
Ow! And another.
Resurrection.
You okay?
Thanks.
Ha!
Sorry.
Goodbye, cruel world. And another.
Bring them back from the abyss of death.
You like that? Take this.
Back the fuck up. It's getting pretty dicey now.
Sorry, thanks.
I'll blow you away. No way. Azure!
okay?
Azure! Dragon Swarm!
Bring them back from the abyss of
You're
death.
dead! Divine Wolf!
Wonderful.
Who's next? You can't beat this! Dragon! You like...
Alright, who's attacking Estelle? That guy?
Is that it? And another! You like that?
Damn, they switched targets a little too quick.
Brilliant angels grant us
Dragon!
I screwed up.
Man, this is going well.
You like that? Take this!
You okay?
Thanks.
Take that! Take this!
This is going real well.
Yeah! You like that? Take this!
How could you You okay?
Bring them back from the abyss of death. Resurrection.
Destruction field! You like that? Take this! Take that!
How could you grant us your favor?
Dragon Swarm! No way! I'll finish this!
Oh, brilliant angels grant us your favor.
Strike! Take this! Come on, Wind! No way! Cut him down! This wasn't...
Let's go.
Ay ay ay. That was very dicey. Jesus. Okay. I may have to spend some time doing some grinding, it looks like. Because otherwise, we're probably just gonna fucking die.
You don't scare me.
These fucking bad things.
Such grace!
Thank you so much. Holy
Take
power,
this!
help
Azure
me.
Wolf!
First aid.
Hey!
Oh, brilliant angels grant us your
Take
favor.
this! Azure Wolf!
Nurse.
Hey, come on!
Yay!
All right. How about a hug?
I don't think so.
He never stops trying. Never does. Never change, Raven. Fucking leads her into a
Try not to take too long, okay?
to a high five and tries to get her to hug instead.
Sure. It's completely inactive now, and it was overflowing so much before. Is that how the air was controlled? How could a monster do something like that?
Is that air crene safe now?
We'll be in trouble if air shoots out of it like before.
It doesn't look like you have to worry about that.
So why'd the air suddenly shoot out before?
That's what's puzzling me.
Maybe it was just a natural phenomenon?
The probability of that is low at best. If that was the case, it should be emitting air at regular intervals.
But it isn't, so there's something weird about it.
If air were emitted that frequently, it'd have an effect on the environment.
Like how the plants grew so unnaturally in Cave Mock.
Looks pretty normal around here to me.
So perhaps something else interfered with the air crene and caused it to discharge air? What could do that? Only a formula or blastia could affect air like that.
Damn, that would be our fan club. Seems like these knights are just as dedicated as the captain himself.
I'm assuming it's that broad that's always with Flynn, isn't it? Come to think of it, doesn't she have a bone to pick with Yuri? I don't feel like Yuri and her really are on the greatest of terms.
Rita, let's go. Are you done looking at the air crene?
Just let me think a little more.
If you just need time to think, you'll have plenty of time once we've gotten out of here.
All right. If the air crene was disturbed by...
Did you figure anything out?
It's still too early to say. I've got some leads, but it's nothing I can be sure of yet.
Well, make sure and let us know when you've nailed it down.
I will.
All right, let's head out.
And it'll probably involve you.
Hmm? Oh, I got it. I got him. There we go.
Hold still. I'll make this quick. You can't win.
Damn.
You like that? Brilliant! No way! Come on, I'll blow you away! You like that? Wind blade! Fang strike! Take strike! You can't win! Take this! Transform! You're dead!
Angels grant us your favor.
Divine Wolf! All right, who's next? And another!
Grant us your favor.
And another!
Oh, brilliant angels, grant us your favor.
Azure!
You all right, are you okay?
Fang strike!
This wasn't... We're done.
And once again, she wastes all of her TP.
Sorry if I hurt you.
Azure Wolf strike! Fang strike! Come on, Wind!
Come to me.
Knock 'em around!
First aid.
Wind blade! Azure Edge!
Holy power, come to me. First aid.
Hey, come on!
Yay!
All right!
Let's try and regain some of that. We don't have milk. Wait. I guess Yuri's good at making sorbet or something, because he's got a star next to his name with this thing. Okay. How about a kebab sandwich? Okay. Complete waste. There we go.
Yeah, I guess we'll fight.
Damn.
No way.
Oh, brilliant angels, grant us your favor.
Take this! Have a spin! Are you going a little overboard on the arts?
I'm sorry.
You okay?
See, even Raven's got a comment on it.
Dragons! Brilliant! Who's next? Brilliant! Dragon!
Holy power, come to me.
That's enough! You're done!
Oh, brilliant angels, grant us your favor.
Dragon! No way! Dragon!
This wasn't...
You got anything up there?
I'm not done yet.
Ay, ay, ay.
You'll be gone soon enough.
Azure Edge!
How's this?
Take this!
Whoa! Draconian slash. A flying upward splash. That's pretty cool.
That's what happens when I get serious.
Take cover.
Oh, fuck. It's these weirdos.
Guess it's only natural they're guarding this end, too.
Yep. Only it's being guarded by the Three Stooges.
Patty, do you have any ideas for getting through? Raven, can you do something like you did before?
Best not to press your luck when the Knights are taking their work so seriously.
They don't look that serious from here.
Well, they are a serious bunch, but they're seriously a pain in the ass.
I say, woe is me!
How has our illustrious Schwann Brigade ever been reduced to playing backup for Flynn?
Are they just scratching themselves?
Enough complaining. If you don't like it, we better produce some results.
There they are! Capture them!
Damn it.
They found us!
What is this?
You three, don't let him escape! If it isn't Mr. Yuri Lowell!
Yep.
Hey, LeBlanc. It's been a while.
And your highness!
What are we gonna do?
Oh well. Here goes nothing.
Wait!
Attention!
Yes, sir!
What?
Not sure what's going on, but now's our chance.
What the fuck?
Huh? Whoa!
Raven, what did you do?
He just used their instinct to show respect as a tool to get past them. I guess. That was weird.
It's nothing. Enough standing around. They'll catch up in no time if we don't get moving.
No, that was kind of weird, though. Why did they fall for that?
We can't miss this chance.
Are they really that dumb?
Yeah, let's head for Nordopolica, quick.
Are they really that dumb? I knew they were idiots, but man. It's about as dumb as falling for the oldest trick in the book. Hey, look over there! Don't you fucking touch me. Oh, look! Behind you!
Get ready. I'm taking you down.
Asher! Come on, Wind. Knock him around and cut him down. Wind blow. Asher! Dragon Swarm!
Ay, ay, ay. Ow.
Oh, brilliant angels, grant us your favor.
First, they're annoying me. I guess everyone can also take off that stuff too. Okay. She has a laboratory canteen? So far, so peaceful.
Not as many knights as I'd have guessed.
Yeah, security looks normal even with all the commotion after the tournament.
It did sound like they had their hands full with the monsters that managed to escape.
Yeah, but it's too quiet. Especially compared to the checkpoints back at Kados. I think Raven's got it right. The Knights are up to something, and I don't like it.
Nobody does. It's never good when the Empire's up to something.
But it looks like we can stay in town as long as we don't stand out.
So we'll meet with Bellius on the evening of the new moon, which happens to be tonight.
Let's stop by the inn to freshen up and then go see about meeting her. I'm finally gonna be able to get rid of the Don's letter.
Patty, what are you doing hiding over there?
Don't you remember? A lot of things happened the last time she was here.
Come on out. It'll be okay.
Is it all right for me to be with you guys for just a little longer?
Huh? Sure. We don't mind, do we?
Right. It'd probably be best if we stuck together until we left town.
Yeah, for all intents and purposes, everyone probably would be best to stick together, particularly Patty. Otherwise, she'll be more easily accosted by the fucking mongrels that are probably around here, and I don't fucking like the idea of that either.
I have a feeling that even if we parted ways here, we'd still end up meeting again real soon.
Yeah, that's that thing called fate that everyone likes to play on. It's also called a video game, and video games need to make sure that everyone is consistently within the party, at least most of the time, so yeah, I would imagine so. You know, this game reminds me so much of FF7. I would even stretch to say that some of these characters are even like, are almost directly inspired by FF7 characters. Estelle's clearly the Aerith of this story, except she has yet to die, and I hope to fucking God she doesn't. And Flynn is kind of like the mixture of Cloud and Zack of this story. He's kind of playing both roles. And This might sound like a bit of an odd one, but definitely Yuri feels more like he's the Sephiroth. He's the Sephiroth of this story, but he is slowly falling into that role instead of immediately descending into it.
So basically, there's no difference between us being together or not.
I really don't get that logic.
I'm sure you're all heading in the direction of the Maristella.
Yeah, I don't get that either.
In other words,
In other words, you want to come with us, right?
rather than traveling by myself, traveling with you guys is more profitable.
If you want to come, then come. At this point, I really don't mind an extra travel companion or two.
That's the spirit.
I wonder if Flynn's already here somewhere.
Do you think?
When we finish up all our business here, I've got a few things I want to ask that guy.
Yeah, I'm sure you have a lot of questions.
When you do, take me with you.
Jesus. How much gold do I have? It's not enough. It's not enough to want to just throw it around. Well, first thing we gotta do is buy some healing items, that's for fucking sure. The amounts of life bottles we have spent alone. Now, as for the grocery problem, yes, I need more milk. Give me as much milk as I can carry. Alright, I feel like the next segment of gameplay is going to be massive, so I think I'm just going to stop right here for the moment. So, my god, guys, my god, the developments in this game is amazing. Every time I come back to this game, I'm blown away by the narrative writing of this game. Not necessarily, actually no, it's not the narrative writing, it's the character writing. The character writing is always on point. And that's the one thing that I like about JRPGs, is that when the Japanese actually bother to write fucking characters, boy can they write fucking characters. The main problem with all Japanese media is that when they want to write, when they want to make something that's a specific, that falls into a specific thing, into a specific, with a specific intention, they focus more so on primarily more so on the idea and the intention than the actual quality of the story some of the time, or even its characters. I think the best example of it would be like say every raunchy sexy video game that Japan makes. It's always tropes and caricatures first over sexy female heroine characters with scantily clad armor or outfits and lots of jiggle physics and panty shots. Those are always the primary thing that they focus on more so than anything else, which granted, I'm not gonna complain, but boy, boy, would it be nice if Japan would also learn learn a thing about this little known thing called tasteful fan service. And let me tell you something, fan service only ever becomes tasteful when it's actually done, when the fan service is actually done right and it's used meaningfully, which is difficult because in order for it to be used meaningfully, there actually has to be characters that you actually want to see in romantic situations, either with a caricature of yourself or with another character that you would like to see them hook up with, or that you think they have good chemistry with. And that's when the fan service is mostly tasteful. It's when it's mostly warranted. It's why people make doujins out of this shit. It's because oftentimes fans make better tasteful fan service than even the creatives themselves. And that's just my opinion. But anyways, yeah. This game is amazing, man. I'm still blown away by just how much of the story is so great. It's so focused on trying to further, like, one up the things that came before. It wants to evolve the characters constantly. At least it wants to evolve Yuri's character. Every other character looks like they have the potential for something, but have yet to actually undergo anything. Like, I feel like the biggest example of this is Carol. Like, consistently, Carol has shown that he is a cowardly sort of character, but we have yet to get a story development where Carol actually comes into his own and actually sticks up for himself and for his friends for fucking once in his life. And it's difficult to try and get him to really do that because, you know, he just hasn't been given the opportunity. And so it makes him a little bit that much more difficult to like him as a character. And I could say the same thing for every other character. Raven is kind of a sleazeball, but he's a little bit smarter than we give him credit for. He's certainly a bit more cunning, and he knows more than he lets on, but so does a few other characters in our party. And other than that, you know, like, we have yet to see the kind of tragedy or turmoil that made him into the man that he is. And I feel like that story will probably be addressed that potential will probably be addressed at some point. But it's also highly possible that they just won't address it. I don't know. I just feel like there's definitely something more to Raven's character. We just haven't really figured that out yet, or he just hasn't really gotten the chance to really get that kind of much needed development. And Judith is just Judith. Let's just be real. We don't know what her intentions are, what she's even doing within our party, why she even joined our guild in the first place, and also we have no idea as to her motivations, her reasoning for doing anything. The only thing we know is that Judith is good at getting what she wants, and she's hot, and I'm not stopping her. She's hot, and I am not stopping her. But anyways, yeah, Rita, I guess and now that I think about it, Rita's probably probably by far the most underutilized character, because she's literally just one type of character. She's just one archetype, and that's just a mad scientist sort of character with like a penchant to be a tsundere half the time. And it's not, I mean, it has its moments, but it's just like, I don't see how they're going to develop her character meaningfully unless it has something to do with Estelle or with her opening up to the party a little bit more and becoming a bit more comfortable with being her more so open with herself, and that's just, I mean, I don't know if they're ever going to do that story because it seems unlikely to me, because I mean, her character seems very consistent in what she is, and I doubt that she's ever going to change the way that she is, no matter what developments get thrown our way. I mean, hell, Estelle could probably die tomorrow, and she'll probably still be just as stern and as closed-hearted as she already is. Well, probably actually even more so, because she'll probably just completely close herself off emotionally entirely. She'll probably have a moment where she'll have a complete nervous breakdown, but it would be momentary. She'll probably just get right back up and just try to pass it off as just like well, shit happens. And I wouldn't put it past her to do that. But Estelle definitely serves a bit more of a pivotal motivation to her character emotionally. It certainly adds weight to her character when it comes to Estelle. So there's definitely something there, but it's I don't think they're ever gonna take that into any meaningful direction. But if they do, that'll be great. That'll always be welcome. I think she'll definitely be the last person who gets any development. She just doesn't seem like the kind of person that really needs a addressing to or any real change. Because, I mean, let's be honest, the tsundere archetype is very popular amongst the Japanese audiences, and I doubt that they would ever change that just to make her character grow, because it's the one archetype that really sells. So, yeah. I don't think that's gonna happen. Other than that, man, what can I say about the Yuri or Estelle that I haven't already said already? I mean, my God, there's so much to unpack with these two characters in particular, and it's not even addressing Flynn yet. And I'm very invested in their journey. I'm very invested to see where this story goes for them. This character journey for both Yuri and Estelle, and as well as Flynn, is going to be an interesting one, because it's inevitable that these two opposing forces are going to clash, and what role Estelle plays is going to affect dramatically the kind of events that take place, and whether or not it results in Flynn and Yuri winding up having to fight one another to the death is wholly debatable, and whether or not Estelle could probably do anything to somehow change that kind of fate is very debatable in itself, and I seriously doubt that it will happen. Like, if there's going to be a character death that isn't going to be as obvious as Estelle biting the bullets, I would say that it's going to be Yuri. Yuri is going to die by the end of this journey out of necessity, because his death will serve as a necessary stepping stone for the entire world to finally know peace and for prosperity to exist, as well as the fact that the political unrest will subside as a result of his death, and it would also help be a necessary stepping stone for Flynn, who needs to prove himself and needs to be a guiding force of change, which is what he continuously aspires to be, but does not have the opportunity to do so because he's never given the opportunity to do so. And there's no better way to do that and to show his greater importance than him defeating a supposed highly functioning and very dangerous villain of the Empire, who seeks to butcher and slaughter just about any nobleman or imperial government official who steps out of line or goes too far, but we'll spin it as like, oh, well, these very great and powerful men and women of the Empire are being taken down and slaughtered by a raving terrorist and assassin and a madman by the name of Yuri Lowell. But either way, I'm very invested in this story, and I want to see it, and I want to see this journey to its completion. I want to see their journey to its completion, to be more specific, but yeah. I mean, just, and plus I can actually see it too. I mean, just look at Yuri's character now, and look at the potential, the potential outlook of his character in the future. This man could easily be an anti-hero. He's got just the right amount of demeanor, swagger, and coolness factor to make that a thing. So I'm not doubting it at all, in the slightest. But yes, with all that said, I'm stoked. So, yes, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.